Hey, hobby friends. Yo Palbo here, the only man on YouTube with the face for radio and a voice for print. Coming at you today with a follow up for my favorite role playing game videos and another trend talking about my favorite movies. I'd like to talk about a few of my movies in no particular order. And I'd like to talk about couple of movies that aren't really pertinent to the hobby space. I think if you asked a lot, at least as far as these videos are concerned, you're going to find a lot of videos that relate particularly to role playing gaming and particularly to fantasy gaming. You know, you're going to find a lot of people talking about movies like, um, I don't know, Krull and Legend and, um, you know, just stuff like that because it's going to get the clicks, right? And I'll talk about some of my movies that, I mean, while a lot of them are in, the more manly action type oriented genre, you're going to find a lot of movies that probably aren't a lot of other uh, similar lists, a lot of favorites. And again, these are not in any order because um, I can't, I don't know, can't put them in order. Let's just talk about the first one off the top of my head. And we're going to talk about two that are the same, basically the same movie. One is a remake of the other. So let's get those both out of the way first. Let's talk about first Seven Samurai. It's probably the only artsy fartsy movie on the list, the Criterion Collection edition. But it's got a lot of, well, it's a smart movie and it's a fun movie. And it's a movie that I do own on Blu-ray or DVD, one of the two. It's also one I watch just as often as I can, right? It's 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 a Kurosawa movie. It's big. It's got great cinematography. It's got great choreography. Yeah, it's on the list. I just want to knock that one out of the way before I get to um, its more modern counterpart. Well, actually, I guess they're still contemporaries. Let's talk about my another favorite movie, Platoon. Willem Dafoe, Charlie Sheen. It's got an all-star cast for the time, including Tom Berenger and Willem Dafoe being cast um, cross cross type. Since to that point, Tom Berenger's always the nice guy and Willem Dafoe is always the bad guy. So now we get to see them as opposites. There's a lot going on. It's about what happens in a war when leadership breaks down. Um, any competent first sergeant would have, if he found out that his platoon level NCOs were dropping the ball and that the platoon leader was basically ineffectual, then the first sergeant would have gone down there and knocked our heads together like coconuts. But um, unfortunately, the first sergeant's only mentioned I think once in the whole movie, and he's never to be seen. So you get the impression that he's just not around, and hilarity ensues. Right? Well, no, the opposite of hilarity. But it's a great one. I watch it just as often as I can. I probably watch it about 3 times a year, 4 times a year. Let's see. So that's two movies. I don't think I'll be able to get to 10, but let's just see where we go. Third movie. Let's see. Shall we change genres or shall we stick with the war movies? Let's change genres. Let's go with The Godfather parts 1 and 2 and pretend that Coppola never made a third one for a minute. The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2. The Godfather, I mean, of course, it's iconic. Mario Puzo, Francis Ford Coppola, insights into real insights into the life of La Costa Nostra. It's got great cinematography. It's one of those. It's got a who's who of casting. Um, James Caan, Robert Duvall, Al Pacino. Al Pacino actually makes a couple appearances on this list, and so I think he might be the only actor who appears on this list twice. It goes without saying almost. I mean, it's an incredible movie, and The Godfather Part Two is one of those movies where the sequel is lauded, as much as the original, and it is amazing. I mean, uh, I think it's on a lot of lists, and that's why it's in my top 10. So we got so far, got The Godfather Parts 1 and 2, Platoon, Seven Samurai. Let's do another war movie. Let's do Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Stanley Kubrick. Scott, obviously, he's one of the greatest filmmakers of a generation. And I think I love a lot of Stanley Kubrick movies, but I think it's the only one on my list. At least, the perennial top 10, top 5, number 1, whatever. I mean, there are a lot of his movies I really like. Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange, but Doctor Strangelove really hits it for me. Maybe because I'm a child of the Cold War, but the dark comedy, George C. Scott playing the parody of McNamara, and just absolutely over the top, incomparable acting. Peter Sellers in pretty much every role except for the role of Major Kong, played by one of the greatest character actors of all time, of course, Slim Pickens, the former rodeo cowboy, basically playing himself. And that ending scene with the atomic bomb is just. I mean, it's iconic. Can't think of anyone really over a particular age that hasn't seen that movie. If you haven't, I think you can find it on Archive. I mean, in a lot of places to find it. It is an amazing, amazing movie. I'm painting these scrofulous brown first. I'm trying to build up some saturation. After that, I'm going to go over them with some dark bronze or copper, and then I'll dry brush them silver to bring out some more of the details. I think that the pauldrons turned out really well. I think I'm going to put another dry brush of a lighter tan on there at the very end, but I am really happy with how those skulls turned out. They need a tiny touch up, but that pauldron is just amazing. Again, this is my kit bashed sergeant. Probably going to go over the teeth with some scrofulous brown, and then try to build them up to a tan. Just want to try to build up some layers because they're so dark, because they had so much green on there left over from the priming and the base coating. So, and then I'll have to go pick out all of the. Plus, it's a good time to go over the overspill from that pink on the tongue. Let's see. We've got 4 movies now? Godfather Parts 1 and 2. Seven Samurai. Let's do the Seven Samurais remake, but not really. Do the Magnificent Seven. Aside from the amazing soundtrack, I mean, one of the best movie soundtracks of all time. Who could forget that overture? Yul Brynner, Eli Wallach as the bad guy, Steve McQueen at the height of his game. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal acting. Yul Brynner, Charles Bronson. I mean, it is a who's who of acting at the time, and I don't think there's a bad performance in the whole movie. It's one that I will watch as often as I can find it. If it's on, I will watch it. And again, I love the soundtrack. I mean, the scoring, right? It's got that just amazing score. Who can forget that overture? The story's great. I mean, yeah, it's basically the same story as Seven Samurai, and you know what? Don't mind. They're both on my list, for different reasons. Just amazing, amazing movie. Let's see. Let's pick another one that's an absolute favorite. Heat. Michael Mann. Al Pacino. Robert De Niro. Again, two actors at the height of their game. The cat and mouse. The whole, you got to be willing to leave everything in 2 minutes flat. What? To say nothing of, again, the fight choreography, the shootouts. Michael Mann, a consummate professional, especially when it comes to anything related to firearms. That man just does not disappoint. It's one of the couple on this list that I do actually own and will revisit. I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. I mean, again, I don't really have a top 10. I think these movies amounted to like 6 or 7. And I'm sure I'll start forgetting movies in a minute, just because. But let me see. Seven Samurai, Magnificent Seven, Godfather 1, Godfather 2, Platoon, Heat. Let's go Gonzo. Buckaroo Banzai. Probably one on this list that's not a hit, not an absolute banger, not included. Probably not included on many top 10 lists of all time. But let's talk about why it's on mine. Number one, what a great send up of Doc Samson, and his entourage that you have with Buckaroo Banzai and the Hong Kong Cavaliers. What amazing performances by John Lithgow. And Christopher Lloyd. And not only that, but also Peter Weller, of course. And the supporting cast. It's one of those where you like it or you're wrong. I mean, it's probably the only one on the list that people that won't look at and say, okay, I understand where it's coming from. But I love it for all of its quirks and warts and flaws, and it's one of those movies. It's like Monty Python movie, and that you're gonna get something different every time you see it. You're gonna see inside jokes and background jokes and jokes in the scenery, and you're gonna say, "Wow, how did I miss that last time?" And you're gonna be like that every single time you watch it. It is, yeah, it's a perennial. It's one of the ones that I watch every single year. It's up there with, like there are other cult movies like that, and I don't want to, maybe make them like honorable mentions. Something like Escape from New York or Big Trouble in Little China. But I think of those types of movies, I think that Buckaroo Banzai is the only one that legit makes the list in and of itself, on its own merit. No need to No need to pad it. No need to do anything else. Just say, hey, look, it's Buckaroo Banzai. So how many movies is that? I don't have show notes. This is just off the top of my head. Seven Samurai, Magnificent Seven, Heat, Platoon, Buckaroo Banzai, Godfather Parts 1 and 2. I know I had 8 movies.